Hello everyone, welcome back to the KMTRADERS channel. So we're taking a look at Usdcad. So what we actually were looking at last week was that huge push to the upside, and we were looking for continuation trades towards pushing higher. But as we can see, price has taken out 1.245, and we are consistently looking for we have been consistently pushing lower and lower. So now I've taken this into much more of a consideration. I do think that we are capable of pushing a lot lower than I once previously anticipated. So yeah, let's take a look at this from moving forward for this week. So what we're looking at for this is this ideally we want to see how price has been pushing lower and lower. Now the other thing that I want to make sure that we understand is that as we can see, momentum is clearly now pushing lower since we have broken this structure low here. We could expect price to make a turnaround at some point, but we could expect through the week a little bit of a push to the downside before we have some sort of retracement. We could expect price to come into these areas to retest this downtrend here, and then we could have that continuation lower. So I am quite bearish on this right now, and that's based on some higher time frame perspective changes, as we were looking for the upside. But I do think that this upside move is going to happen in the distant future, but not anytime soon now. And as we can see, price is just making those continuations to more towards the downside. So again, there's no problem in changing our bias. We just have to make sure that we are on the right side for our next opportunity. And again, we do have some good pip counts to cover here. So when we get that retracement towards the upside, if we were to take a counter trend trade, that could be looking like 100 or so pips towards the upside. But what we could expect for our longer term trade is to take a sell opportunity potentially at this downtrend retest potentially. So that could be one thing to look out for. But if we do get to this level, if we were to take it to the downside, again, it's another 100 or so pips to the downside. So again, these trade ideas for me are really key and worthy for my attention to take a trade. So that's what I will be looking at for USDCAD over in this week. We could be looking for again some long-term plays more towards the downside. But yeah, so as I was mentioning, the invalidation level, so now that we've had that structure change to the downside, my new invalidation level is ultimately this resistance level here, and that's roughly at 1.275. So as long as price stays below this level, we should be confident that we are pushing much lower. And yeah, we'll see how price responds to what we've analyzed for this week. So let's take a look at how price action performs this week, and we'll look at things moving forward in our next full market analysis video. So again, that will be all from us. We do have a trading group that you guys can join. That link is in the description. If you have any other questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. And of course, if you want to reach out to me, feel free to connect us through our Instagram or our Telegram. So that'll be all from us. Thank you very much for listening, guys, and we'll see you all in our next video.